And joining me now to continue our discussion is Edmund Ghareeb. He is a senior scholar at the Center for Policy Analysis in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
How is President Trump's decision, Edmund, being received?
Well, I think it depends on where you are. If you're in Israel, if you are Prime Minister Netanyahu and his supporters, and many Israelis, they think this is a very important decision. This is the right decision, and this is what they've been demanding, so they're very happy about it. For the Palestinians, for Arabs, for Muslims, I mean, Jerusalem is important not only to Muslims and Jews, but it's also important to Christians. It's important to many people all over the world. That's why I think there are a lot of people who are also unhappy about this decision.
Since 1967, as you and I discussed, Israel has built dozens of settlements home to about 200,000 Jews in eastern Jerusalem. These are considered illegal under international law, although Israel is disputing this. Various countries once had embassies based in Jerusalem but removed them. What is behind President Trump's thinking in this decision?
I think there are a number of reasons behind the president's decision. One is that he wants to distinguish himself from his predecessors, others, especially maybe President Obama. He wants to say that while the others made promises to move the embassy, they didn't. He's going to do that. Secondly, I think he's also very close to the Israeli leadership, and they have had, and as are some of his advisors. Some of the very strong pro-Israeli forces within the United States, including evangelical Christians, some of the Zionists, the pro-Israeli lobby have also, and some very wealthy businessmen who care very much about Israel, who have contributed financially to the Republican as well as the Democratic campaigns, are also a factor. In addition to all of that, I think he wants to send a message that he is tough, he stands by his word, and he also needs to mobilize support coming up for the coming elections, and especially as he's facing a lot of legal and difficulties.
So the EU has voiced strong objections to the embassy move. We know it's a sea of red, white, and blue there over the next 24 to 48 hours. Dozens of foreign diplomats are expected, including representatives from Hungary, Romania, the Czech Republic. Who else will be there?
I think there might be a few countries from Latin America, some of the countries that have voted in the Samoa, or for example, some of the Asia or the Pacific, but I think the international community is going to be opposed to this. They see this as breaking the international consensus. This is against international law, against all the resolutions. You cannot annex the territory of other countries by force, of other people. And so basically there's going to be a great deal of opposition to this decision.
Guatemala and Paraguay have now decided to move their embassies. Exactly. Do you expect others to follow suit in light of President Trump making a strong move?
I think there will be maybe a handful of countries who are likely to support this, but I think the overwhelming majority will not. And because they see it as this is breaking the international consensus on this issue and breaking international law, violating the agreements and threatening the peace process, which has been, in a way, in intensive care for the last few years. Nevertheless, at least there's an effort to move it forward. One interesting thing is the president, during the campaign and early on in the first few months of he said that he wants to bring peace to the Palestinians and the Israelis, and to do so, he's going to stand to be neutral. He has to be neutral. And he was criticized by some of the pro-Israeli forces in the U.S. Now we see that, in fact, he has gone to the other side totally. And that undermines, in a sense, the ability of the U.S., the credibility of the U.S. to play the role of the mediator.
All righty. Well, Edmund Ghareeb with the Center for Policy Analysis, we certainly appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.